SharePoint and Teams work together and are really better together. If you've been using Teams, you've probably been using SharePoint and OneDrive without even realizing it. And you know, OneDrive is actually based on SharePoint as well, so it's all kind of connected together. In fact, every team has a SharePoint team site as part of it. So you can't even have a team without a SharePoint team site. All of this is part of a concept called Office 365 groups. Now, Office 365 groups, you may or may not be familiar with them. It's a membership service for Microsoft 365, and it's based on Azure Active Directory. So a lot of people know about distribution lists and security groups in Azure Active Directory. We also have Office 365 groups in which you get, well, as my friend Sue Hanley says, you get a group of people and some stuff. You get the people that you get the things that those people, the shared assets that those people need to get their work done. So every Office 365 group has owners, a list of owners, a list of members, and then it has some shared assets, which include a SharePoint team site, an Outlook calendar and mailbox, a OneNote, a planner, and a bunch of other things that can be optional. One of those optional elements is a Microsoft team, and it's really, you cannot have a team without an Office 365 group. When you create the team, you get an Office 365 group, and you kind of can't have the team without the group that goes with it. Now, Teams is really dependent on SharePoint for its file storage. And I'll demonstrate all this in just a second. I think this is my last slide, actually. We spend most of the time in demo, and I'll show you how this works. But Teams stores its files in SharePoint, and not just anywhere in SharePoint. It stores, if you're in a team, it stores the files in the team that's part of the Office 365 group of which the team is based. So you'll see that they're really tightly connected, and the team site gets, a SharePoint team site gets created as part of creating the Office 365 group and as part of creating every team. The document library inside that SharePoint site has a folder for each channel in the team. And by default, all the channels and folders inherit the permissions of the team. So the team's permissions and the Office 365 group permissions are the same. It's not like they're synchronized, it's like they're the same. Teams doesn't store the permissions. It uses Office 365 groups. And then those files in SharePoint, their permissions by default are based on the members and owners of that Office 365 group. So it's all connected. Now, if I'm in a team or a channel, and I'm going to assume you know a little bit about Teams and have used it before, and you know what a team and a channel is, then you can see in the picture how your files are organized in the SharePoint side. But another really important aspect of Teams is one-on-one chat or group chats. And in those cases, suppose Sean and I are having a chat, and I send him a PowerPoint deck. That deck will actually go in my OneDrive because I'm the sender of that file. So all those files get put into the sender's OneDrive in a special folder called Microsoft Teams chat files. And then each file gets unique permissions. So if I shared it with Sean, you know, in a chat with Sean, the permission would be set so that only he and I could see that file. And every file automatically gets the permissions set accordingly so that nobody's going to see anything that they shouldn't see.